Hey there, in this video we're going to be looking at surveys in FieldEdge, and particularly we're going to be looking at kind of the administration side, so setting up that survey so it's available to users within FieldEdge, and then looking at the reporting type functionality where you can see the answers for the surveys. So to give you a bit of a summary of how this works, FieldEdge accesses the surveys from your Nation Builder account and makes them available within the app. So if you're familiar with setting up a survey on your website, it's going to be the exact same process, but they're going to be then available within the FieldEdge app. So again, you're going to set up the survey itself in the Nation Builder control panel. Surveys then must be attached to a page on your website. Now that page can be unlisted or published, but usually unlisted so that it's not available to the public. And then the final thing is that results are sent back into your nation in real time, again as if that person had taken the survey on your website. All of the answers are going to be available in one section within your nation. So in this video, what we're going to learn is how to set up a new survey in Nation Builder, how to connect that survey to an unlisted survey page, and how to check the survey results once that survey has been used within FieldEdge. So I'll point out some different settings, some different options that you have along the way, and point out some different nuances that are important. So if you have a look at the screen here, I am looking at my nation. I'm looking at people tab already, and you'll see along the menu here, see surveys. So I'm going to click surveys, and you'll see I've got a number of surveys already in here. I'm going to click new survey up here to start a new one. And the first thing I'm going to do is give it a name. So I'm just going to give this a really simple name here. I'm going to call it First Survey for Canvas. And I'm going to click the Create button. Now this is going to load up the next screen, and you'll see it's already started us on creating a new question for that survey. So the first thing that we do is set up our question, and we need to give it a slug. So hopefully you're familiar with slugs at this point in Nation Builder. They're a common theme, but if not, this is kind of like the ID that you give something in Nation Builder. So for this question, we are going to just say, we can just say first question. Alright, and now this is where we put our full question. So let's say, what is the most important issue to you this election? Now we can add some intro or explanation text here. So this can be used as kind of a script. Now we've got some more options down here. Display possible response to survey takers in random order. I'm going to untick that. And then we've got the format of the question. So we've got three options: multiple choice, yes, no, or free text. So I'm going to start with this one is multiple choice. And you see in the next step we can add the possible answers. So status is published. Now this is a really fantastic feature of Nation Builder, and that is the ability to tag people. Now this is this particular one here is we can tag anyone who answers this question. So that allows us to group people who have answered this question. Now I'm going to leave it blank now, but I'm going to show you in the next step where this is more useful. This is definitely, you can use this in some workflows, but I'll show you something a little bit more powerful in the next step. So I'm going to save the survey question, and you'll see now it's loading up possible responses. So this is the first possible response. I'm going to give this, so I'm going to say, let's say education. We can add some text to help with a script. So if we want to say, I'm just going to go a really simple example. We can say education is really important to XYZ candidate for these reasons, blah 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 blah, and you can put that there, and that will then show up in the app when someone selects that answer. So that then gives a prompt to the canvasser or the user to talk about that. Now this is what I'm talking about, which is a little bit more powerful, is that I can actually tag someone who responds to this question, but who also responds in this particular way. So I can give this person a tag, and I can say, for example, we could just tag them education, or maybe something a little more helpful for you is if you had a tagging taxonomy that is more like, let's say, important issue, education. We could do a dash here, we can do a colon, however you want to structure it. This is just giving a bit more categorization. So important issue and education, we know that's what that means. We can set a point person. So we can say if we had someone that specializes in education, if we had someone who just follows up post Canvas, then we could select that point person. Relevant here. So I'm going to add this possible response, and then it's going to allow me to add another one. So for example, I'm just going to say, let's say defense. This is our stance on defense policy. Again, just keeping these examples really simple. And we can do our tag. So we can tag them defense, or we can use our tagging taxonomy. And I'm going to add this response. So if I scroll down here, we can see that we've got our possible responses. I can drag and drop different order if we want to make them option A and B. We can delete them if we want, or we can go ahead and add another one. Now if we want to add another question, we click the dashboard button here, and now we're going to click first survey for Canvas to kind of get back one step, and then we're going to click new question. And we can give it a slug, second question. Then, for example, let's say, why is this so important to you? And for this one, I'm going to select text. And one, I'll just show you one example here. This is where it might be more useful to use. We could say, for example, we could tag them as giving a further explanation to their important issue. So if they skipped it, they won't get this one. If they do enter it, then they're going to get tagged with further issue info. And that means you can just filter these a little bit better. So second question has already been taken in by another survey. So I'm just going to update that and save again. And it's going to go through and go through this same process as before. So now we can go to the questions tab up the top here, and we can see that these are our questions. It looks like I might have saved that one twice, that's why that happened. And here's our results tab. So you can see here there's no responses yet, but it's fairly straightforward. We've got our different questions here. So you see those, and you can see the number of responses and percentage for each answer for each question. You can also come up and edit this. So if we go to the export tab, we can do an export in CSV format. So that's it. That is an overview of how to set up a survey so that it's available in FieldEdge, and then how to actually view those results. So again, one of the most critical things here is attaching it to a page on our website, which is the next step that I'm going to show you. So let's jump into that. I'm going to go to the website tab here, and I'm going to click the website that I want to attach it to. Now we can attach it to any website that's within our nation, and it's going to show up in FieldEdge. So just attach it to one that you're comfortable with. And now here we're looking at our website. I'm going to create a new page. I'm just going to create it at the top level. We can create it as a sub page if you want to keep it more structured. That's not going to affect anything. And okay, I'm going to come in here. I'm creating my new page. I'm going to give it a name that is representative of the survey also. So for this one, I don't recall what I called it last time. Let's call this one important issue survey, and just tabbing through that to automatically get a slug. Now I'm going to keep the status to unlisted so that people can't see it on our website. I'm going to click show all, and I'm going to click the survey page type, and this will let us attach it, the survey that we've just created, to this page. Now I'm making sure that I'm not clicking include in top nav, include in supporter nav, and I'm clicking create page. Alright, so there's just one last step, and that is selecting the survey. So here, this is the one I recall, first survey for Canvas. So I'm selecting the survey which is created. We don't need to worry about any of these actions here. And now I'm going to click Save Settings. Alright, and that's it. That is the full process, and that survey will now be available within the app for your users to take. So just to recap, FieldEdge accesses the surveys from your Nation Builder account and makes them available within the app. Those new surveys, as you've just seen, are set up via your Nation Builder control panel, going to the People section, clicking on Surveys, and then creating your new survey. Just recapping how we can automatically tag people based on their answers is very, very useful, and in another video I will cover how to then create some more useful reports or segmentation in your nation. If you want to follow up people, send them emails, send them things in the post, or re-canvas people, or phone bank them, we can do that using that sort of data. We make sure we must attach the survey to a page on your website that is published or unlisted. And finally, the results, as you saw, are all sent back to the nation in the survey section under the report section. So that's it. Hopefully that gives you a great overview of how it works, how to get those working in FieldEdge. Surveys are a fantastic thing to use in your campaigning, so I wish you all the best in the field with your surveys. If you have any questions, as always, please reach out to our support via our website, via the in-app chat, or sending an email to us at help@fieldedgeapp.com. Thanks a lot.